I've been receiving quite a few messages in regard to Vic Amuso's appeal for compassionate release. As part of the Sentencing Reform Act of 1984, federal inmates can request compassionate release. An amended version in the First Step Act in 2018 allows a defendant to file a motion seeking compassionate release directly in federal court. After satisfying an administrative exhaustion requirement, there are three categories in which to apply under: medical reasons, non-medical circumstances, and the elderly. Any person over the age of 65 who've served more than 10 years or 75% of their sentence. And regardless if the person fits any of those criteria, there's a host of other factors taken into account, such as the nature and circumstances of the offense, criminal history, comments from the victims, etc. The toughest consideration to get around is one often used to deny applicants, which is whether the person's release would minimize the severity of the offense, which in all fairness, in most cases, nothing's going to change the severity of the offense. So when they use this phrase, minimize the severity of the offense, it's usually a losing battle. The government is fully aware that Vic's been the official Lucchese boss since the mid-'80s. Despite all the crimes committed back then, the numerous murders, an attempted hit on a woman, etc., what most people don't realize is, as a boss, regardless if Vic's been in prison for the last 32 years, he's held accountable for any crimes committed by the Lucchese family up until present day. He may not be charged, but as a boss, you have accountability. And I believe that's what they'll use against him. Presently, Vic is in his late 80s and housed in the Federal Medical Center in Butner, North Carolina, where he suffers from various ailments. Throughout his years of incarceration, he's lost his brother and his wife. Besides time spent away from his children and not being able to see his grandchildren grow into adults themselves. I know a lot of people will say, what about the families of the victims? I think it goes without saying, their loss can never be matched. But as the saying goes, if we concentrate on the past, we're never going to move forward. In my time in prison, I've seen many guys who've done a lot worse than Vic walk out the door after serving 25, 30 years. I personally don't know whether Vic deserves to be home or not. It's not for me to say. But what I can say is, when it comes to judging others, I'm against it. Our day of judgment will come, and it won't be by a state or federal judge.